I don't know. Like, I don't know what we're gonna do because I really do not care what happens to this eye. Hey, welcome to my video. If you're from my Instagram, I love you, and if you're not from my Instagram, love you all the same. So, July is a big month for annoying people like me. Honestly, I read that somewhere on Twitter and like belly laughed because it's too real. But basically, if you listen to Taylor Swift's music or if you keep up with pop culture, you'll know that Taylor is releasing Speak Now Taylor's version tomorrow, and that is very exciting for somebody like me who used to listen to that album on repeat in like middle/high school. So in honor of that, I decided to do a purple inspired eye look inspired by the Speak Now cover art. So that's what we're doing today. And if that sounds like your vibe, then please keep watching. So as per usual, I'm starting off with my eyeshadow base. I'm applying a really thin layer of this all over both of my eyes. And by the way, this is as usual my regular Peely's base that I'm using here. Okay, so while I'm doing that, let me tell you that Speak Now is the album that I used to beat to death in high school. I used to listen to it so much. It was one of my most listened albums of every artist, probably. So I'm really excited about Taylor's version because obviously it's gonna bring back a lot of nostalgic fun memories for me. If you're excited about it too, let me know down in the comments below which song is your favorite. Now, if you had to only pick one, okay? If you only had to pick one, I would say mine would probably be Enchanted. So first of all, using a small detailed brush, I wish I could tell you guys what this brush is, but I literally have no idea. It's so old. I'm dipping into a dark purple shade, and this specifically is shade Heirloom from the Be Perfect Rain palette, and I'm just creating a cut crease shape that I'm gonna flick out, as you can see. Great, so now that I look like I have actual antennas growing out of my cut crease, like some type of character from A Bug's Life, I am taking a small detailed fluffy blending brush, and this is the Sigma E36. I not only talk about this brush in I feel like every video, but I also use it every day. It's very good. And I'm dipping into that same purple color, and I'm going over that line I sketched. And same on the other eye. I really don't care what this is gonna look like underneath my crease, you know? Just cause I'm gonna clean it up with some Vaseline later anyway. So now I cleaned off my E36 brush, and I'm taking sort of a lighter but not too light purple shade. This is shade Tahiti from the Be Perfect Love Tahiti palette, and I'm applying that in between the skin and that darkest shade that we applied. Right, so I did that on this eye as well. Great, so now same brush as before, exactly same eyeshadow palette as before, except now I'm using the shade Lilac, which is a really sort of light purpley pink, and I'm using that to blend my previous shade out. So while I do the same thing over here, girly, I need to tell you that me and my friend right now are in the process of getting Eras Tour tickets. Now, I don't know how successful we'll be since I personally tried to get Renaissance Tour tickets as well and was sadly not successful. And so now, whenever I see anybody having fun at Beyonce's concert, I like want to cry a little bit. So I don't want that to happen again, right? So I'm hoping I can get these Eras tickets. Although actually by the time you're watching this, they should have already gone on pre-sale. So I might have actually gotten them at this point. Maybe I'll let you know in post. But anyway, keep your fingers crossed. If not, maybe I can get them when, you know, they go on to general sales. So I applied these colors in the dark, medium, and light order. And now I'm going in the reverse order. So light, medium, dark, and just reapply the same shades just because some of the intensity got lost during the blending process. So once I'm satisfied with that, I'm taking a tiny flat brush. I wish I could tell you guys what this one was too, but literally there's no letters on it anymore, but I believe it was from a Be Perfect travel kit a few years back. Anyways, any old little flat brush will do. And I'm just taking some regular Vaseline and cutting that shape by drawing small lines. And now I'm just taking a Q-tip. You could also use a cosmetic Q-tip, and I'm wiping the Vaseline right off. Rinse and repeat this step on the other side. And I've had a friend actually recently ask me why I don't only clean up with concealer. Why do I go in with Vaseline first and then concealer? And honestly, the answer is because it's more precise and sharp that way, the line is. And also sometimes if you're using a very pigmented eyeshadow or an eyeshadow that already stains your eye, like this one that I'm using right now, for example, you have to end up using a lot of concealer, and even then it sort of looks muddy around the edges. and I'm not really about that life, so I find that it's easier to go in with Vaseline first for precision and then just go over it with concealer later. Okay, so like I said, now it's time for concealer. Well, I say concealer because I used to cut my crease with concealer all the time, but I'm using eyeshadow base currently. But basically you can use concealer, eyeshadow base, foundation, whatever you got, it's gonna work fine. And I'm just doing this by, again, drawing tiny lines. I'm not gonna do it all in one go, just small lines and taking my time because I want this to be really precise. Okay, so sort of stage 1 complete. I just traced that line. Now, I'm gonna take a little bit of a bigger flat brush. This one is by P. Louise, and I'm just gonna fill all of that in. And this is what that looks like once it's finished. As you can see, it's a little bit more precise now. Girly, the way I do not care about this eye. I do not know what it is. Well, actually, I probably do. I usually take close-up pictures of this eye, and this eye is also my, like, easier eye to do makeup on. If you do your makeup, you know exactly what that means. But yeah, anyway, I don't know. Like, I don't know what we're gonna do because I really do not care what happens to this eye. Okay, so now using that darkest purple shade and a tiny detailed brush. Again, I have no idea what it is. I'm so sorry. I'm just doing a sort of winged liner shape, starting from my lower lash line, as you can see, and then I'm dragging it up. And it's gonna go over my lid. So sort of like that. I mostly just want to keep it on the very outside or the outer third of the eye. And same on this side. So now pivoting back to my E36 and shade Tahiti, I'm just blending out that wing, and I'm not worried about the mess going on over here. I'm gonna clean that up later as well. It's the way that my eye is gonna be stained for like 3 days after this for me. But you know what? It doesn't even matter as long as the look ends up cute. Okay, now finally I'm dipping into the lightest shade, and again with that same brush, I'm just buffing out that wing even further this time. Okay, so I'm almost done with this eye as well. So now I'm dipping into the same colors just in their reverse order just to make everything a little bit more vibrant. You know, applying eyeshadow really is just repeating the same step over and over again until you get to your desired result, which sometimes can maybe seem tedious, but the end results are well worth it. So now I'm gonna clean up that messy line by using eyeshadow base and just stamping it on, following my lower lash line. For this, again, you can use like foundation or concealer or whatever you have at hand. And then again, I'm gonna take a Q-tip and just wipe that away. And what, you may ask, are we doing on this side? The exact same thing. So now I'm just running the same shades through my lower lash line. I'm so excited to move on to the shimmers, you have no idea. Okay, so I'm now moving on to shimmer, but before I do that, I wanna show you something. So see how when I look down, I have all these lines over here. Well, my eye creased in the middle of my blending. So what I'm gonna do is just take the brush that I first used to apply my base with initially, and I'm just gonna press on those creases to make them go away. Now, I'm not adding any more base on my eye. I'm just lightly pressing with whatever's left over on the brush to get rid of them because we don't want them here, girl. And see, poof, now they're gone. So I'm gonna start off by applying a sort of yellow gold on my tiny detailed blending brush, and I'm just gonna run it through underneath my crease and over here up until the wing. So stopping somewhere around here. And of course, I'm repeating the whole process over again on the other eye, including the tapping. By the way, I forgot to mention this gold shade is from the KKW Beauty So Fire eyeshadow palette, which I don't think you can get anymore, so I'm sorry, but I'm just letting you know. So now I'm dipping back into the Love Tahiti palette, and I'm using the shade Starlight, and I'm applying that on my lid in the blank space. Blank space, get it? No, this is not the right video. Anyways, and as you can see, this is a beautiful like light purple with a sort of blue reflex in it. I think it's perfect for this look. Same here, we're almost done. Can you believe it? I'm very excited to see it all come together. So very last step, and then I'm done. I'm dipping back into shade Heirloom from the Rain palette and using that purple as sort of like a little bit of an eyeliner on my lash line. I'm not trying to have it be too harsh, but I just want fuller lashes basically. And that's what doing this is gonna achieve. Okay, and this is it. So now considering the fact that I've been sitting here for approximately 84 years, I'm gonna go do my base off camera and then come back and show you the final look. Okay, and here we go. The only thing this look is missing would be the signature Taylor Swift curls. Do you remember that era? What an iconic moment. tint. I of course can't do hair to save my life, so this is what you get. This is just my natural hair. But anyway, as far as the look is concerned, I opted for a more of a rosy type of neutral pink moment because I really didn't want to take away from the eyes. And you know, sometimes more is more, but I don't think it's this time, girl. So anyways, this is the look. Let me know what you think of it down in the comments below. And thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, then please consider liking and subscribing, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!